wake-up call to Tony. None of the wrestling last night, I'm going to say it didn't matter, because I'm sure AEW fans like the wrestling matches that they got, but nothing was as important last night on the show as Ospreay and Don Callis. And they did a good job with the drama they created. I think they could have done an even better job if they had somebody producing them who could have milked that segment a lot more. That segment was really, really good. It could have been great. However, I think it should be very eye-opening to them. There's only a small portion of fans in the big picture who really give a shit about 5-star matches. Last night was a 5-star in-ring with Don Callis and Ospreay. You start concentrating on stuff like that. You start telling stories like that, developing characters like that. Callis hated, Ospreay loved. Callis, the smack. Ooh, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. The facials on Ospreay turning around. The handing of the screwdriver. Those are the moments that you take and you milk and you let the people emotionally invest in. Because if they're emotionally invested, they're emotionally invested in you. Matches come and go. They're moves. They're just moves. You can't emotionally invest in a move.
And Bully, this is no disrespect, but to your point, and the best example for me from last night would be Hologram and Commander. Like, that was what you would call the typical AEW spot fest match. That was a crowd-pleasing match for the people in attendance, but it's empty calories. Again, it's like, are you going to remember Hologram and Commander after it comes out of my mouth right now? You're not. Now,
Coke and Twinkies or something like that?
It's like drinking a Coke and eating a Twinkie. Like, it tastes good while you're doing it, but if you do it too much, you're gonna get sick, and it's completely empty calories. Has no nutritional value at all. But it tastes good while you're doing it, and I think that's the same thing with Hologram and Commander. Okay, that was a fun match, but that's where it ends. If you put on matches like that every week, then people aren't gonna pay for a ticket to see your show, and they're not gonna tune in. Because then it's the same empty calories week in and week out. However, to your point, if you're giving a story like you saw with Don Callis and Will Ospreay, man, I gotta watch next week, because how is Will Ospreay gonna respond? How is Don Callis gonna respond? And if you build up to a match, then people are gonna want to buy a ticket to see that match.
I gotta watch next week. And what genre of television shows makes you watch every single day?
Soap operas and episodic TV.
How long has Guiding Light and General Hospital and The Young and the Restless and As the World Turns, these soap operas were on TV for 30, 40, 50 years. I think The Young and the Restless is still on TV, excuse me. They go out there and they tell stories every single day and have to keep you hooked. It's not about high spots. It's about stories. My point is, there's nothing wrong with Commander versus Hologram. There's a spot for that match on every AEW show. But that's got to be the exception and not the rule. Eventually, I'm hoping that Tony Khan, the light bulb goes off him. Because
I'll be right back, buddy. Okay? You just stay in the car. I'll be right back, okay? Hi there. All right. Yeah. First one for Jackson, 683C2. And second one for Nick, 1D630. Thanks.